Good morning. Hello, my name is Aaron Taylor and I am here for monthly Marquee today. Normally, Bart Lovins is here, the director of the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center, and today it's my pleasure to be here with you. I am technical director up at the PAC, and I have the honor of interviewing our PAC Kid Spotlight, Amaya Muse-Holt. Amaya.
Yes.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
A little bit? As many times as you've been on stage, this is what makes you nervous?
Sometimes, yes.
Is it because you're yourself? Because I know whenever I do theater, being someone else and being a character, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's when I am myself talking that I start to get a little nervous. Is that?
Yeah, it's easier to be like a different character.
Sure, which you've done a lot of, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you've been on stage at the PAC since you were how old?
4 years old.
4 years old, and you're
Yes.
now in what grade?
8th grade.
Okay, I'm not good with math, so that means you are how old now?
I'm about to turn 14 in a couple of weeks.
So like 9-10 years,
Yes.
and you've been performing at the PAC all that time.
Yes.
What's been your favorite thing that you've done on stage at the PAC?
Annie and Annie Jr.
Right, you were Annie, and that
Yes.
was how many years ago?
Not like I was in 2nd or 3rd grade.
Right, and that's so that's with musical theater, and that's with Allegro Dance Theater,
Yes.
right? Carol Zagar.
Yeah.
Now, what led you to dance with Allegro? Because I know there are lots of options in Hardin County, so why did you choose Allegro?
Both my aunt and my mom danced with Allegro Dance Theater when they were younger, so that gave me like a little inspiration to do it myself.
Sure, that's great. Yeah, so it's a whole family thing.
Yeah.
And you study what? What do you study at Allegro?
I study ballet, tap, jazz, and musical theater.
Which of those is your favorite?
Ballet.
Ballet?
Yes.
Which you're very good at. One of the benefits of being the technical director at the PAC is I watch pretty much everything that goes across that stage. And I can tell you, without a doubt, Amaya is one of the most delightful dancers to watch. And I'm not saying that because you're sitting right here with me. I would say that to anybody. I have sung your praises many times. And I've had the opportunity to direct Amaya with Youth Theater of Hardin County in 2 shows. Which 2 shows of the last 2?
Seussical and Thoroughly Modern Millie.
And Seussical, you were Bird Girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which involved a lot of tap dancing. It's dancing. This kid can dance. And you are like the dream actress to work with because you show up prepared, you listen to what people tell you, and you're ready to go. I mean, there's no fooling around with you. You're a pro all the way. I appreciate that as a director. I'm sure Carol Zagar over at Allegro Dance Theater, she knows she's got you. She's not going to let you go because you're talking about you're playing in band now, right?
Yes.
A big part of playing in band is that draw to marching band, but you're focused on that dance, right? You're
Yes.
sticking with that.
I am, yes.
Regardless of how much Mr. Froge comes at you and wants you in that marching band, eyes on the prize. You are a committed kid. Now, so I know 8th grade?
Yes.
North Park.
North Middle.
North Middle. A lot of kids your age, I know certainly when I was that age, I had no idea what I was going to do. I still thought I was going to start a band with all my friends and all live in a semi. That's not happening. You know exactly where you're headed, right? What's
Yes.
in store after high school?
I either want to be a choreographer or a physical therapist and go to WKU to study for it.
And maybe a little bit of both?
Yes.
Because if you can't do, go with what you know and go with what you like. What inspires you to be a choreographer?
Since I'm like at the PAC so much and I've seen so many like different dances, I've like reached to like create my own.
I think that's... Now, have you had a chance to choreograph already? Have they
No, not
loosened the
yet.
reins at all? They haven't given you...
No, not yet.
Is that a possibility?
Could be.
That'd be fun. That'd
Yeah,
be
it
fun
would.
to see. And then why physical therapy?
Because of like, if you like, since we know like dancers know so much about the body, it might be like a little bit easier than like to major in something else. Like
Yeah.
since like you already know so much about the body.
And of the things that you have... Okay, so of the things that you've participated in the PAC, what do you like? You do a lot of musical theater, you do a lot of ballet. what's your favorite? What's your strength, you think?
My strength is probably ballet. Oh, it's like really tough in between musical theater and ballet because I do so like those are the two I do like the most. But since like ballet is so strict, but musical theater isn't, and like it's like really tough in between the two.
Yeah, and musical theater, it gives you such an opportunity. I mean, not that the ballet is not expressive, but musical theater, you get to sing, you get to do it all, you get to act, you can cry on stage, you can do whatever you want to do. And what's next for you? What's coming up?
Youth Theater of Hardin County production of Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
They're going to be doing that, which auditions for Youth Theater of Hardin County, Hello Dolly, are April 26th and 27th. That's coming up really fast.
Yes.
And then we'll cast that show and we start rehearsals really early. And you start about in the middle of May up at Allegro. You'll start working on choreography.
Yes.
And then around the 1st of June, right after school's out, you guys move into the PAC and we rehearse every day. We are there until July 12th when Hello Dolly opens. That's a big chunk of your summer.
Yep.
And this is your 3rd time doing it?
Yes.
That's commitment. That's a lot to do. Good for you. No vacations, no breaks in there? What do you do with your downtime? Because you don't get a lot of it.
I just really, if like whenever I have time, I'll ask if I can like spend time with my friends or, well, maybe like barbecue a couple times during the summer with family.
So family's very important.
Yes.
You like hanging out with family. I do too. That's the best. Have time, just chill out. Okay, so Hello Dolly's next in line, and then you're right back in with Allegro Dance Theater. They'll have Cinderella obviously coming up in the fall. It never stops for you. How many nights are you rehearsing something?
4 to 5 times a week, sometimes even 6 or 7.
Amazing. This kid, the dedication in this kid, it blows your mind. I mean, I wish I had the energy that you do. You're constantly going, yet you show up ready to go. It's fascinating. Amaya Muse-Holt, PAC Kid Spotlight, April 2019. Thanks, man. I shook her hand. Our next guest is Carrie Lewis with Hardin County Playhouse, and she's going to tell us what's new and what's coming up. It's exciting times. I'm really happy to be here right now with you because there's big doings going on.
Big doings, big doings. We have got a ribbon cutting and open house scheduled for Monday, April 22nd from 4 to 6 out at the college in the Science Auditorium.
Sure.
We will have refreshments and we will have season brochures and people can sign up for their season subscriptions if they like.
Great.
Or just take a look around and see what our new home looks like.
And I'm thrilled you guys have a season.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that it's coming together, that this collaboration with HCEC-TV is working out. I've seen a couple things there already in the Science Auditorium. It's a really cool space.
Yes, it is.
It's small, but I love seeing theater small and up close. I mean, when you're right there with them.
Yes, and I got the privilege of performing with the Crucible at the PAC, which I have always wanted to be at the PAC just to see what it was like.
Yeah, how was that going?
That was a very neat experience. It's a beautiful, beautiful theater, and and all the backstage amenities are great as well. And it was just fascinating to see how it's done in another place.
Well, you know, one of the things, just a quick sidetrack, whenever we get a lot of kids working with us and then they go off to college and they want to act, and I tell them the best thing you can do is perform in every space possible. Because they talk, you know, they'll come back and sometimes they'll go, I didn't have any idea how good we had it.
Right.
Or they'll come back and go, oh yeah, my theater's got twice as many fly lines. Well, you've got to be everywhere.
Right.
And it affects your acting. You know, when you're in a house like the PAC, which is huge, you feel like you got to really throw it out there.
Right.
And then somewhere, especially a show like the Crucible, it can get really tight and emotional somewhere in the like the Science Auditorium because they're right there in front of you. It's really powerful for an actor to just go, oh, I don't have to scream here. I can get quiet and intense. Is that what it was like for you?
Yeah, pretty much. And I really kind of surprised because I thought that the PAC might be intimidating because it is such a big space, and I've never played in such a big space before. But it really, you know, it's still all about what you're doing and the character you're portraying.
Absolutely.
And that kind of continues wherever, except maybe you take longer strides coming across the stage.
It takes 40 steps as opposed to 5 steps.
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
across. And I've always felt like it's a bit of an illusion. Standing on the stage at the PAC, I always feel like it still feels kind of comfortable and close, even though it's 750 seats, but it feels closer than that, and you can get tight with them.
Right.
So what's coming up with you guys over there then?
Okay, well, we've got, other than the open house, we do have our new season planned.
Yes.
Anybody who is interested in doing some guest directing, they do receive a small stipend for doing so, and we're looking for directors for any of our offerings for next season.
Awesome.
And they would hold auditions and work with us on the board and in the facility to get everything to their liking. So we're looking for new talent. We're looking for people that haven't had a chance to do this in a while, and hoping to expand our community. And I think that's what's really important about community theater, is that it's an outreach of so many different levels.
Yeah.
And what we've got coming up in September, the first part of September, is Harvey, which is a beautiful little show.
Classic show.
And it was one that we did actually 50 years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's kind of a sentimental journey to go back.
Sure.
And because it's such a warm, wonderful little play.
It really is.
And perfect for a small space.
Yes.
Everything we looked at as far as deciding what we were going to do would be something we could easily translate into a small space and not feel like anything was being sacrificed in the story. So we're opening up with Harvey in September. Sometime in October, probably the first and third weekends, we are looking at A Night with Poe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that should be creepy.
Is that just storytelling kind of?
Michael Radford's going to be our director on that, and he is the one that is working on that piece. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to evolve, but I think it's going to be a lot of different Poe stories kind of interwoven in a performance. So I think that should be classic and creepy, which you always try and do, classic and creepy.
Yep.
It's a perfect combination.
It goes together.
Yeah. And then we're going to do Nutcrackers in Christmas, which a lot of people think that might be a snack, but it's not. There's nothing to do with crackers. But it is a musical sequel to Nonsense.
Okay.
So
and Nonsense is hilarious.
It's hilarious. And this is a great follow-up. It's at this holiday season, so I think it'll be fun and family-oriented.
Great.
And then we're going to do something a little darker, Night Mother, in March.
That's a powerful piece.
It is I'm really looking forward to that one, because that is a very powerful study in humanity and mental health and happiness and life and death.
Boy, you're going to feel it over there.
You're going to feel it over there.
That's
exactly.
awesome.
And then we're going to end up with Heathers the Musical.
Great choice.
Which we've got, I think, a really good variety this year.
Yeah.
And looking forward to maybe some new folks coming out and auditioning with us. And just when you were interviewing Amaya, I was just thinking how neat it would be to have someone's young talent to maybe choreograph for us. And again, that's community theater.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just don't realize that sometimes between school and something else, there's this big gap of performing.
Yeah.
And community theater fills that gap.
Yes.
Because there are so many talented people in Hardin County and surrounding counties.
It makes me so happy when I can go and see students that perform at the PAC and come see them at Hardin County Playhouse. And it's like, yes, go, get out there and see what there is.
Yes,
find it.
Work with other people. And they're great kids to work with. Very professional. Like you said, they show up. They do what they're supposed to do. The only thing that I can't help but notice in working with all these young people, they'll be sitting backstage and they'll be singing, dancing, doing all these little games and stuff, and completely unfocused. And I'm like trying to get in character, and they're bebopping around, and they just walk on stage and it's there.
Yeah.
They haven't forgotten anything.
They just
and I'm
click.
Like, sucking all the lozenge, hoping I don't lose my voice.
It's the energy that they bring, both when they're on stage and off stage. You get one, you got to take the other.
Right.
And it's amazing to me how, like real pros, a lot of times they can just be in a whole different world, and then, boop, here we are.
And it's also wonderful to see how they can memorize all that they do, and do it so quickly.
Yeah.
So, it's got to keep their mind sharp.
It's amazing.
So I probably should have started a few years earlier myself.
You do fine. You do great. And what else? Midsummer's coming up.
Coming up at the end of June. It's going to be, I think they're going to have some kind of like Shakespearean type festival. So it's going to be
That's exciting. This is
Right.
is uncharted territory for you guys. I think it's
There'll be
exciting.
further announcements about that, but it's going to be a 2-day event. So we're trying to broaden our horizons and bring some new elements into theater.
Theater has to evolve.
It
Theater has to
evolve.
change.
And it's important for every community. I cannot stress the success of a community, the heart and soul of a community revolves around the performing arts and theater.
You're absolutely right.
So we got to stick together.
Couldn't have said it better.
Absolutely.
Carrie Lewis, Hardin County Playhouse.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. I'm going to shake your hand too.
Shake yours right back.
We're important.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. Look at this, is easy. Our next guest is Elizabethtown Theater royalty, Carmen Caldera Broska, right?
Yes.
I did do it.
You did it.
I'm so good.
I told you you'd be fine.
And you're director over at the EPAC.
Yes.
I always just called it TK Stone when I used to play there.
Well, it may have been, depending on what year you were there.
It's been a while. 2003, 4, 5.
It was already the EPAC by then.
Well,
but
what do I know?
it was new. It was a newly
Yeah,
converted
it
name,
was.
so-
Okay, all right.
Yes.
That's just what they called it when we headed there. But the EPAC,
Right.
you guys are busy.
Yes. Yes, we are. We just finished Elizabethtown High School Theater Guild's run of Play On, and they did a phenomenal job, especially for their first show in decades.
First show in decades.
Yes.
Why the lapse?
Well, that's the thing about the arts in schools. If you have a teacher that's sponsoring something, and sometimes especially if they're doing a really good job with it,
Yeah.
and they leave or retire or whatever, I don't know if people are scared to try to live up to what they've done,
Could create a vacuum.
or you just don't have anybody with any theater experience to tackle it. Then
and
it
people are busy.
disappears.
Everybody's doing something. So, well, who's in charge of it now?
Well, that would be me.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yes, I've worked with the Morningside Elementary Drama Club
Mm-hmm.
and then took over the TK Stone Drama Club a couple of years ago.
Great.
And then as I've worked with these kids for all these years and I saw them going to the high school, I couldn't just sit back and not, let them have something. So I volunteered.
That's how you know you're theater people. When you go, where's the theater for these
Right.
kids?
Right.
We got to give them something. I love that.
Exactly.
That's why you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing. And what else? What else? So you just had that.
We just had that, and at the same time we did auditions and started our read-through for the middle school
Okay.
production, which is going to be a festival of one acts.
Okay.
And we're in rehearsal for that right now.
Great.
And it is going to open at the end of April. But before we open, like actually the morning of our opening night, we are co-sponsoring with, and I want to get this right, so I'm cheating and having my phone, the Hardin County Sunset Rotary. We are partnering with them for a human trafficking awareness training that they are doing.
That's extremely important.
It is. And they were looking for a venue, and it's going to be a huge event. So they're going to have around 30 vendors.
Wow.
And then they have speakers coming in from all over the country. And
Unbelievable.
Yes. So it's going to be it's going to be a tough
Yeah.
day because it's a tough subject, but it's
Necessary.
something that everyone,
Extremely.
anyone, I don't care if you are in a church or a school or a hotel restaurant business, you work at a gas station,
Yeah.
you are encountering these kids
Yeah.
and you don't know it.
You need to know the signs.
Exactly, and
You're
that's what they're
absolutely
going to talk about. They're going to talk about what the warning signs are, what
Right.
the age group is, even maybe somebody that has gotten out of it, but how to recognize them so you can help them. It's going to be a full day,
Yeah.
and it's free. The training
That's
is
amazing.
free.
And it's
Yes.
it's a subject that's scary and
Terrifying.
and uncomfortable, but you need
Yes.
to know.
Yes.
Especially like we mentioned the timing of this right before Derby, and that's all you see on the news is all these stories about human trafficking and what to do and how to prevent. So I think
Right.
the timeliness of it is
And there are over 100,000 children in our country that are being trafficked right now.
oh my God.
And that's just unbelievable. And it's
Yes.
in every state. You can't say, well, we're not Miami, we're not
Yeah.
New York or LA or whatever. It's everywhere.
Happens everywhere. And that's April 27th.
April 27th from 10 to 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and give the information to register because it is not through us. We are just the sponsoring
Sure.
venue.
Yes.
Bonnie Wheeler at 270-401-5662 is who you would contact to register, because they do need a number.
Right.
Because people are coming from all over the country for this training.
It's free, but let them know you're coming.
Right.
Make reservations.
Right. We
And-
want to be sure, if we have to close off registration because we don't have enough room.
Great. And then the 1X opens.
Then that night,
Oh my gosh, you're busy.
it will be. It'll be a crazy day. We will have our Festival of One Acts by TK Stone Middle School. It is free.
Great.
And you can check our Facebook page, Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center, for times, because we are still trying to figure out exactly how much time we need to have in between that.
Yeah, you got to turn around. That's going to be a big turnaround.
Yes, and this kind of came on in the last week or so, so we're trying to judge the time for that. So that'll be Saturday, and then we'll do it again Sunday at 3.
Okay.
So Sunday at 3, I can confirm, because that's the only thing we have
That's a
that day.
definite 3 o'clock.
That's the easy one.
Great.
Yes. And then on the 30th, there's so much going on. I am cheating today and using my phone.
It's hard to
But
keep
on-
in your head.
It is. On the 30th of April, we will have Elizabethtown High School's jazz band concert.
Nice.
That's the first time for a jazz band.
Awesome.
In a while, anyway.
Okay.
So we're excited about that
Yeah.
concert. And then May 2nd, a Thursday, is TK Stone's Arts Night.
Wow.
So we will have art everywhere, and we will have performances going on, hopefully inside and outside.
I love it.
Because we did that last year and it worked out really great. But there
Awesome.
will be instrumental music, there will be choral music, there will be dramatic performances, just a whole festival of the arts, and that'll be free as well.
That's May.
That is May 2nd, so before I will be back here. So I wanted
my
to be
gosh.
sure to get that in.
Yeah, hit that before you're back.
Yes, but all details will be on the Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center's Facebook page.
Which you do an awesome job of keeping up with. I was
you.
following all the progress with Play On, the
Yes.
set construction and all of that. Really, really fantastic.
It was so exciting for them, because half of them have never even been in a show, much less
Yeah.
built a set. And I have never seen or never been involved in a show where 100% of the cast participated in building the set.
I
And we
agree.
had that.
Yeah.
We had it, every single one of them.
Well, and that's you. That's your, I mean, and you know more than anybody how important backstage is to helping on
Yes.
stage. So
And
put the
staying
two
involved.
together. Yeah.
You don't always get a part.
That's the thing in theater. You got to wear a
Yes.
million different hats. And if they go, I don't need you on stage, but I need a stage manager, you go, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Happy to help.
Yes.
I need someone to run light board. I'll figure it out.
Yep.
You
And then
pull
you're
people
there
in.
for the next time.
Yeah.
And they remember that you're dedicated and you're
Yeah.
hardworking.
That's all
and
it
committed.
takes. Sometimes that trumps talent.
Yes. And you
Being
can learn so
willing.
much by watching.
Absolutely.
That's what I tell my students when we're in rehearsal. Don't sit on your phone. Watch.
Yeah.
You're going to learn. You're going to learn from other people.
Watch it and you know, no small part.
No.
It's the truth. We need everybody everywhere.
Yes.
And then speaking of teaching this summer, I mean this is a ways out, but you'll
Right.
be doing your clubs again, right? Your classes, your summer.
Yes, we will be
lessons?
doing acting workshops and technical theater workshops.
Great.
The technical theater is for middle and high school, and we will have acting for elementary, middle, and high school.
And you've got a fantastic new light board. You got an awesome digital soundboard. I mean,
Yes.
you're teaching top-notch stuff. This
Yes.
isn't, you know, flipping switches on a wall.
no,
This is
yes,
state of the
current,
art.
up to date. Yes.
I love it. I love the changes that you're working on over there. And
Thank you.
You know, sometimes it's like turning a glacier to try and
Mm-hmm.
affect some change, but you're really doing amazing stuff. I love
Thank
it.
you. It is a lot, and we still have a lot to do, but it all comes down to the support of the community.
Yeah.
Because this is not something that Frankfurt's funding. This
Yeah.
is something that the community
Yeah, and
is
I love
helping
it.
to make happen little by little.
I love the EPAC being in the spotlight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carmen.
We love it. Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Carmen.
'Cause you got to love it, yeah. So, time. 'Cause I'm moving on the groove. 'Cause you got to love it, yeah. So, time. 'Cause I'm moving on.
If you've ever doubted what today's youth can accomplish, you need look no further than what 50 to 60 elementary and middle school students can accomplish in 1 week when Missoula Children's Theater makes their annual April pilgrimage to the Pack. MCT hits the road every year with over 3 dozen Little Red trucks and visits over 1,000 communities from Montana to Japan in addition to our own. And in every town, in less than 4 days of rehearsal, students perform their very own musical with full sets and costumes for family and friends. Now, educators will pontificate that these students attain creativity, social skills, goal achievement, communication skills, and self-esteem through their participation in this unique educational project. But I can tell you from personal experience over the years that the students that spend the week here at the PAC with MCT are changed forever and will grow up to change the world. Auditions for 1st through 8th grade students are April 8th at 4 p.m. sharp, and public performances are Friday, April 12th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, April 13th at 2 p.m. To learn more about auditions and the performances, check out thepac.net.com and look at our page dedicated to MCT and their production this April of Robin Hood.